YouTube, here with you on this Sunday? No, I'm still a day ahead. Saturday evening. It's sometime after 6 is all I can tell you. 6:24 in the evening. I didn't feel like doing anything on the monitor stand, so I thought I would come in here and play around with some breadboarding, which I'm going to do here shortly. I've got too many wires running all over the place here. And put that behind there. To set up my camera, show you what I got going here. If I hit the record button, that would be even better. Now you can actually see it. This is just a simple 555 project, and you can see I've got a potentiometer here. I've got the 555 in there. I've got a couple capacitors, a resistor here. I think there's another resistor. Yeah, there's another one right behind there. Hooked up to a 9-volt supply. It's not 9 volts at the moment, but it will be. So I think what I need to do is turn that like that, plug the supply in so we can see it's giving 9 volts, 8.96. That's pretty darn close to 9 volts. And if I plug in the positive voltage, oh, you hear that? Yeah, we have a little oscillator running, a little audio oscillator. And if I take and adjust the pot, that's as low as it goes. This is supposed to be a 100k ohm pot, and I only had a 50 as the closest I had. So you can see it covers quite a bit of the range though. So the reason I come up with this alright, let me turn this off. The reason I came up with this is I was watching Jim Lindeness. Let me switch off this camera. I was watching Jim Lindeness the other day, and he was having a little problem. He's working on an older radio, I think a 1929 radio, one of those, oh, not the Super Het, the before that. You know what it's called. Some of you do. Anyway, that's what he was working on, and he was having a problem determining if the output transformer was good. And what he was doing was basically just measuring the resistance. Well, that's a good start, but I figure there's a better way of doing that, and the reason I come up with this was to use this to test audio transformers. I think it could be an easy way of doing it. Basically, you put in a audio signal into one side and see what comes out the other. I mean, if the transformer is working, you should see an output on the other side. If you measure with the scope, it should be either larger or smaller. If the transformer is actually functioning as it should be. Now, if it comes out the same, that usually, I think, indicate that it's a short on the transformer. So that's just one of the things I was thinking about. A good way, I mean, like I say, other than testing the resistance, which he was getting really low resistance readings on one side or the other. I can't remember which side it was, but you know, normally you'd say, well, that thing's shorted. Well, you know, it's not got enough resistance to be a transformer, but it is a solid wire in there if you know what I'm talking about. So I think it was a good idea. It would be a good idea to set up a little test bench with an oscillator like this, and you could, you know, use different frequencies that you want. There's no real voltage involved as far as you know, burning up, taking a chance of burning anything up, because basically that's what an audio transformer works with, is audio. So, you know, I think it would be a good deal to do that. Now, a little oscillator like this, I'm not really sure about, but I just wanted to see, basically, I was going to hook up the scope. I haven't done that yet, but see what it would come out as to be. And I think you could even I don't see any reason why you couldn't test a power transformer the same way. I mean, again, it's audio, it's not going to hurt anything, and you can basically see what this is doing. Other than, like I said, you can hook these up to power, obviously, if you've got a variac, and basically see what kind of output you get, monitor the voltage on the secondary as you feed it. That's a way of doing it too, but not everybody has a variac. And this little 555, Larry needs that for his code oscillator. Can't find the hole. Anyway, got a sidetrack there for a minute. Like I said, this is what I've kind of playing around with. I got some kits coming in the mail. I don't know if I told you about any of these. I'm going to flash some pictures up of the ones that I have ordered. I'm going to do this in order that I ordered them. Now, the ones from China are obviously going to take a while to get here. I ordered one from Banggood. I ordered one from IC Station. That's the same one that 12 Volt Bids did. I forget his name, but he's the guy that does 12 Volt Bids. He just built this not too long ago. It's a little FM stereo transmitter, and I didn't have very good luck with the one I tried, so I thought, well, I know his works. I mean, I've seen it work, so I thought, well, And I also bought one from Banggood that's basically is a digital display, and it's got the FM transmitter built into it, and that would be kind of handy to have too. So I thought that would be sort of fun to play with. The other two, or other one, I should say, is a there's two more. One's a basically a front end for the basically the Bluetooth. I think I did tell you about that one. But that one's coming, and then there's another one that's just the FM radio like that, and that's also coming. And then in addition, these things were ordered last check, so it's been a while since they've been ordered. I keep watching the website to the tracking, but they just Origin Post is preparing shipments all I get. So anyway, last night I get my first of the month check early because of the falls on a Sunday, obviously. I went ahead and ordered a couple more items that should be prove fun to mess with and useful. One's a function generator, and you've probably seen that. If I have flashed up the picture, you've seen it already, but if not, you will see it. But anyway, it's square wave, sine wave, triangle wave. I think it goes up to 1 megahertz. I think don't quote me on that, but I'm just going from memory. The other is the little oscilloscope. It's basically I think it goes up to 200 kilohertz as far as the bandwidth on it, which is not great. I don't know if was it Carl? Somebody had one. I know Robert said he has one, but I think somebody displayed it on. I think it was Carl. But anyway, I've got one of them ordered, and I tried to get the kit because I thought I'd have fun building the kit, but the it was actually more expensive for the kit than it was to get the fully assembled. How stupid you have to be. Anyway, I got that, the power supply for it, and then I have another thing coming, which is a coupler for my hula loop antenna. I think I showed you that when I had it hooked up with the wire between them and the clip leads. So I've got a regular coupler coming for that now. And there might have been something else, I can't remember. Oh, some potentiometers just for this purpose here for the breadboard. They're breadboard potentiometers, and they're like this as far as you have to use a screwdriver with them. But I mean, there's several different, I think 10 different values, and there's 20 pots altogether. I think it was $2 and something. It was less than $3 shipped. So I thought, you can't beat that. Bob Gibbons is the one that turned me on to those. He had a link for his that he bought, but his was a little higher or more expensive. So I did a little shopping. You know me, I got to have the best price. I figure if you're gonna order from China, you might as well get the best price because you're gonna have to wait for them. So anywho, that's coming too. When, I don't know. In the meantime, as soon as the monitor stand is done, I'm hoping to get maybe the screws for that tomorrow. And for Stephen, was it Stephen Moore? Was it you that said to use the floor screws? I think it was. Home Depot has them, but they don't have them. Now, you understand that? They have them, but they're not in stock, I guess I should say. I was going to get the, I forget which size it was, but the ones I wanted, it was perfect. It had, I think, 4 of them in a package, which is what I need. And it was the $1.18, something like that. It was really reasonable. I thought, oh, they're perfect. That's what I need. And of course, they didn't have them. So, now that's the bad thing about Home Depot is, you know, you may find the perfect thing, but they won't have it at your store. You know, I can order it and get it in later. I just soon. I got to thinking about it. I can find some wood screws. Wood screws would work just as well. I think I can find some brass ones that look like they're going to work. They're a little more expensive because you only get 2 in a pack, and it's $1.18 a pack, so you get 2 packs. They have those in stock, so I may get those. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I may get drywall screws. I don't think I'll have any problem with drywall screws. I've never had a problem with drywall screws in the past, and I build a lot of stuff with drywall screws. So anyway, and I'm going to put a washer around the head anyway, so I don't think it'll be a problem. So anyway, that's got to be fixed or finished first, and then I probably will work on some more stuff on the bench. I'd like to get the amplifier built for the hula loop. I think Stan said he had his built and hadn't tested it yet. I'm looking forward to his report on that. I think I'm going to use one of the transistors needed for that is a JFET. And I think I'm going to use the ones that came out of the Syncor. One of them was good, one of them was bad. So I think I'm going to use the one that's good on that. And because I figure why waste a brand new one when you got one that'll work? You know. So, you know me, I save a buck when I can. So, alright, I've talked long enough and probably talked too long, but you know how it is. I got nothing else to do on a Saturday. My grandson's at work. Kylie's not here, she's working. That's kind of hard to get used to because I'm used to having her here on the weekend sometimes, and you know, now that she's got a job, she probably will be working every weekend. So that's a bummer, but tomorrow's Easter dinner. We're going to my daughter's house for that. I've got to bring rolls, that's my job. So Hawaiian rolls, not just any rolls, Hawaiian rolls. So got to do that, and still have this bench amp to put together, or hook up. I did find this in my parts junk, and this will do fine for the input and output, I think, of the bench amp. And one will be for the speakers, one will be for the input of the you know, the amp itself. So that should work out rather well, I think. And I just got to find a way to mount it. It looks like it's only got one hole in the center, which might prove a little difficult, but I'll figure it out. That's not a problem. So anywho, got that covered. I may try to find some more of them because I really wanted separate ones. I wanted one over here where the hole's at and one over here where the hole's at. That made more sense. But you know, I'll take what I can get. Again, sorry for the banging of the screwdriver. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when you do make a loud noise like that, the volume of the camera goes way down temporarily and then comes back up. So if you ever hear that, more than likely there's been a loud noise detected by the camera, is why the volume goes down. So Robert Bob, I keep saying Robert Bob, suggested on my VEC 1290K, I think is what it is, that little Vectronics kit AM transmitter. He did a clone of that and built it on a circuit board and basically laid it out just exactly like the one on that's laid out. Used the same exact parts. He has no hum. He has fairly decent range, he said, and but no hum. And I've got hum. So he said to take the 386 out of here, and swap it with the one in there, what I've got a whole at least 10 of them. I know I might have about 20 of them. I'm not really sure, but I've got that covered. So I'll just swap out the one I have bought. But anywho, that will be something coming up. But I thought you might get a kick out of seeing this little oscillator. I thought, that's kind of neat. I always wanted a bench oscillator or a bench auto frequency generator, and this is basically the same thing. And that's one of the reasons I bought that function generator, because it covers the spectrum of the audio range, which is what, 0 to 20,000 hertz. It will cover that with a sine wave, and that way you can basically have your audio frequency generator along with the other functions as well. So that will be good. Again, may have to try to get in. I've got so much stuff planned for this bench, and the bench is still a wreck. That's another thing I got to do. So you guys wish me luck. But anyway, I was playing around with this, wanted to show that to you. So that's all it was, and I've talked probably an hour just talking about stupid stuff, but that's just the stuff I got to go on today. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you.
That's all, folks.